Welcome to Money Muscle Mindset, the podcast designed to motivate and educate you on your journey to financial and fitness success and to develop the mentality needed to achieve your goals. I'm Zay Molina, and in this episode, we're going to talk about surviving versus thriving and how we can raise our standards in every aspect of our life. Okay, so when we talk about surviving versus thriving, guys, what does that actually mean? Well, surviving is basically saying, you know what, I'm going to settle for the bare minimum, right? I don't need to necessarily go out and try to achieve all these different goals and aspirations that I have. I am just going to be content with what I have, and I'm not going to necessarily push myself to grow and evolve. Right? That's the survival mode. Okay. Now, don't get this confused with not being grateful, right? I'm not saying don't be grateful for what you have. Of course, we want to be grateful for everything that we have in our lives already, right? But why not thrive in this world, right? Why settle for just the bare minimum when you can actually go after your goals, when you can try to achieve the things in this life that you want, whether it's traveling the world, whether it's your dream house, whether it's your dream car, right? Whatever it may be, why not push yourself to achieve that? Why are you not capable of having amazing things that others have, right? That's what we're going to dive deeper into and how to get out of the survival mode and into thriving in this life. So first off, let's dive into survival mode. Okay. Again, guys, this is settling for the bare minimum, right? Understanding that we're trying to just avoid failure. Okay. Now, what does this look like? Well, maybe you're right now at a job that's not paying well and you're living paycheck to paycheck, but you're not doing anything to change that. Maybe in your opinion, you're too skinny or you're too fat, right? And you want to change that, but you're only working out on days when you feel like it. In these cases, guys, you're settling for that bare minimum, right? You're not really pushing yourself to go after your goals, to achieve whatever it is that you want in this life, right? You're holding yourself back from having and living the life that you want. When it comes to thriving, though, guys, which I think we should all aspire and try to have in this life, right? When we're trying to thrive in this world, that means, guys, we're going after our goals. We're trying to grow. We're trying to develop. We're trying to always achieve more because our standards are higher. When you're in thriving mode, right, you're taking action to push yourself to achieve whatever goals that you have. And I think Tony Robbins said it best in this quote that we don't get our goals, we get our standards. And basically what he's saying there, guys, is that we don't get what we hope for and what we wish for, right? We get what we actually go after. We get what we hold ourselves accountable for. We achieve what we demand of ourselves consistently, right? When we say, you know, it'd be nice to lose some weight, it'd be nice to make more money, it'd be nice to have a better job that I like, right? It's again, that's not necessarily a goal. It's something that we really want and really desire, right? It's something that would just be nice if we had. But if you tell yourself, you know what, I deserve to be in the best shape of my life, I deserve to make more money, I deserve to live the life that I want, right? You are now increasing the belief in yourself and gaining confidence and saying that you are capable of these things. You deserve these things in your life. And instead of treating this as a far out goal or a dream that would be nice to have, you are now saying that, you know what, I deserve this, right? These are where my standards are. This is where I hold myself to because I know that I can achieve this. I know that I deserve this, right? So I'm going to push myself to reach that level. So when Tony Robbins says that quote, you know, we don't get our goals, we get our standards, right? A goal is a target, right? Well, a goal is something that we should be shooting after and not necessarily so much that it would be nice to have and that we're just kind of hoping and dreaming for and wishing for, right? It should be something that we are committed to, that we have a burning desire for, that we want to go and achieve, and we're going to push ourselves to achieve that no matter what. And that's when our goal becomes that standard because that is now the bare minimum of what we're shooting for, right? So instead of settling for something lower than what we actually deserve and what we're capable of, right? We are raising the bar. We're raising our standard to say, you know what? That's where we need to be. That's where we should be. And that's where we're going to be. And this is such a powerful quote because when you think about it, guys, you know, we don't rise to the level of our dreams and something that would be nice to have, right? We fall to the level of our habits and our discipline. Again, a dream is something that would be nice to have. You hope for, you wish that it would happen someday, but you're not really feeling motivated to put any action towards that. On the other hand, when you have that goal and that commitment and that standard that you hold yourself to, right? That is something that you're, no matter what, you deserve that. You feel that you are capable of that level, right? And so that's why we need to raise our standards to say, you know what? I'm not going to settle for the bare minimum, right? I deserve better. I'm going to hold myself to this high, right? To this bar. And that is what I'm capable of. And I know that I'm not going to settle for anything less. So whether in your life, this comes down to fitness, finances, both, right? Whatever it may be, guys, you got to first set that standard and say, okay, what do I actually want in this life? And I need to know that I am capable of achieving that. So what does this look like in our fitness journey, right? Well, when you go to the gym, are you actually pushing yourself to get better and get stronger? Are you actually pushing yourself to your limits to improve and to lose weight, to sweat a little bit, right? Are you actually going in there with a determined effort to get better? Or are you only going to the gym on the days that you feel like it? Are you only doing workouts that are easy that day? Maybe it's leg day. Instead of doing Bulgarian squats like you said you were going to, maybe you're just hopping on an easy leg press or maybe leg extensions and doing lightweight just to say that you did something. I know you guys see the difference there, right? So really ask yourself, the last workout I just did I actually push myself or did I just take it easy? Because that is essentially where you have your standards at right now. And only you can answer that honestly. And if you say, you know what, last time I went to the gym, I did kind of take it easy. I didn't really push myself. That's okay. Again, that's where your standards are right now. But now you're conscious of it, right? Now you understand that, you know what, that's what I did last time, but I'm not going to do that again. Now I'm going to raise that bar. I'm going to raise those standards. And this is where I'm going to be. Every time I go in the gym now, I'm really going to push myself. Okay. I'm actually going to do 3-4 sets of heavy weight, pushing myself to really grow and get better. I'm going to go into the gym 3-4 times a week, no matter what, not just the days that I feel like it. I'm actually going to go in with a plan and not just show up and be like, okay, what do I actually feel like doing today? Because when you go to the gym, you guys know it's not just about showing up at the gym, right? There's so many people that show up and they're just kind of there to say, I went to the gym, right? Don't be that person, guys. That's a low standard, right? Push yourself to say, you know what? I'm going to raise the bar and I'm going to say, when I actually go to the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week, I'm going to go in there with a structured plan, a structured program. I know exactly what muscles I'm working today. I know what exercises I'm going to be doing, right? I know how many sets, how many reps, right? To push myself to actually grow these muscles. I'm going to do 15 to 30 minutes of cardio before or after my workout to warm up or cool down, right? And I'm not going to do any second less. I'm going to go in there and follow this plan because that's where my standards are, right? I'm no longer just going to go in and say, well, you know, I did a little bit here, I did a little bit there. I went to the gym. That's all that matters, right? I'm now going in with the intent of I am pushing myself to my limits to challenge my muscles, to add resistance, to really push myself to tear these muscle fibers so I can start to grow my muscles and start to push myself to getting in better shape. This is the difference that we need to have in our lives, guys. Again, not settling for that bare minimum, but raising those standards, raising the bar, knowing that we are capable of doing more to achieve more. Especially when it comes to fitness, because we know that this is a simple fix, guys. We want to go in with the intent of progressive overload. Progressive overload simply means that you are trying to go into the gym and progress and improve, right, in a controlled manner. You're not just going into the gym trying to lift as heavy as possible all the time, trying to, cause injury or anything like that, right? You're going in with the intent of, okay, this is the amount of weight that I can do right now to get 10 to 12 reps, right? 8 to 10 reps, whatever it may be, right? My goal is next time when I do this exercise, I want to either increase the weight by maybe 5 pounds or even 2.5 pounds, or increase the reps and amount of sets that I do. Doesn't have to be anything drastic. I'm not saying going from a 100-pound bench press to 200-pound bench press, right? I'm saying go from a little bit of an increase to try to challenge your muscles a little bit further each time you do that exercise. You're doing it in a controlled and safe manner to properly progress. And that is what's going to challenge you and your muscles to actually grow and develop over time. That's where you can increase strength and muscle size, right? That's when you can increase your metabolism to help you lose more body fat, right? By doing this in a structured plan and a program that you're going to follow. And this is what's going to help you guys actually achieve the goals that you want. And there's actually proven studies, guys, that progressive overload is what we're actually shooting for, right? One in 2004 that was published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning proved that consistent progressive overload produced more results than just going into the gym and randomly choosing exercises to grow your muscles. And I know it seems obvious, but a lot of people that go to the gym, they don't think about this stuff, right? They go in with the intent to say, you know what, I'm at the gym, I'll just work a little bit, feel a little bit of a burn, and then I can go home. The idea is to create that plan to help you on your fitness journey to achieve the goals that you have. And I know it may seem difficult or time consuming now to be able to try to figure out this program and what's best for you guys. But again, you're raising your standards now. You're no longer settling for less, right? You know that what's capable, what you actually need to do, right? So you're going to push yourself to actually achieve this by doing the research, finding a trainer, whatever it may be, right? That's going to help you achieve your fitness goals, guys. Again, you're not settling for less. You're going after your goals because you have raised your standards. You have raised the bar. This is now what you know you're capable of, and you're going to go after it. So that's the idea when it comes to our fitness, right? Now, how does this apply to our finances, guys? Well, it's the same thing, right? The survival mode is exactly as it sounds, right? Maybe you're barely getting by. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you're in a house or an apartment that you don't like or it's too small for you and your family. Maybe you can't afford to get enough groceries and things that you need for your family, and money is really tight all the time, right? And you feel like you're never going to get ahead. That's the survival mode. And I don't think anybody really wants to be in that state. We all want to be thriving, especially when it comes to finances. You know, we look at athletes, celebrities, all these people in the world, and we see all the fancy cars and houses and all the things that they have, right? And we look at that sometimes with jealousy, sometimes, looking at this, why not me, right? We feel that kind of, why do they deserve that, but not me, guys? But I'm here to tell you, they're human just like you. They have the same 24 hours in a day, just like you. So if one person in this world can achieve success and all these fancy things and the wealth and all the fitness and everything that they have in this life, so can you. If this celebrity can go out and buy this mansion, their dream house, and live in this and live an amazing life, so can you. If this athlete can go out and buy amazing cars and travel the world and do all this kind of stuff, so can you guys. We are all human beings. We all have 24 hours in a day, right? The only thing that separates us is our effort and our standards, right? Where do you hold yourself, right? What are you capable of and what are you not going to settle for? And yes, I know so many people are born in different scenarios in life where some people are born into money. They're born into, rich parents and rich lifestyles, right? So they already kind of have that step up in the world, right? But there's actually so many other celebrities and athletes that we look up to, right? That have actually started from less than what you actually have now. So what I want to say to you guys is don't use these things as excuses, right? Go out there and say, you know what, no matter what it is, right? I'm not going to compare myself to other people. I know what I want in this life. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I deserve. So this is where I want to be. These are my standards, and I'm not going to settle for anything less. This may be where exactly I want to be. I may be right here right now, but I understand that I am going to do whatever it takes to reach that level, right? I am not going to settle for anything less than that. And when you tell yourself that and you actually start to believe it, guys, you will actually raise those standards internally where you actually feel that you will not settle for less than that. Right? If you're not meeting those standards, you're going to do whatever it takes to actually get to that level. So when it comes to our finances, guys, and we want to increase our income, we want to get out of living paycheck to paycheck, right? We want our dream job and our dream houses, dream careers, dream lifestyle, guys. We can go after and we can achieve this. So right now, if we are living paycheck to paycheck, right? What can I do to increase my income? What can I do to decrease my expenses, right? Should I get on a good budget? Should I start investing, right? What do I need to do to get to that level? Maybe you're not living paycheck to paycheck and you're actually making good money where you're a little bit more comfortable, but you still want more. You still want more for your family, right? So I ask you, what are you doing instead of just working your job and just budgeting, right? Are you actually still trying to decrease your expenses? Are you looking into learning how to invest in stocks, crypto, Forex, right? Real estate, whatever it may be? Are you learning and taking the action to be able to learn these skills to be able to achieve more income, to be able to multiply your money? In the book by Stanley called The Millionaire Next Door, he actually interviewed a bunch of millionaires and found out that a lot of them live below their means and prioritize increasing their income and investing at an early age. So you really got to ask yourself, am I actually doing everything in my power to increase my income and continue to save more, to continue to make more money? Or am I still going on, these random shopping sprees? Am I still, buying things that I don't necessarily need right at this moment, right? Am I holding myself back by making these financial decisions? And if you are, guys, you know that this is a simple fix. Just stop going on those shopping sprees. Start budgeting a little bit better, right? A lot of these things, guys, when it comes to increasing our income and trying to make more money, or even when it comes to fitness and trying to get in better shape, guys, we know what to do, but sometimes we just overlook it, right? Sometimes we're so focused on other things that we don't really prioritize those little things that matter. Sometimes all it takes is just to take a step back and really see, okay, what am I doing and what do I need to do to be able to hit that next level, hit that standard that I've set for myself? So this is where I challenge you guys, really push yourself to hit that next level. Really push yourself to, take a step back and say, okay, what am I doing right now? Where do I want to be? And what can I change to achieve that? Again, seems super simple, right? But that's really all it comes down to. We just got to stop overlooking this stuff. Understand exactly what do we want. Know that we are capable of achieving that. Raising our standards to say, you know what? I'm not going to settle for anything less than right here. Maybe I'm only making $30,000 a year right now, but you know what? I know that I deserve more. I know that I'm capable of making more, right? So I'm going to set the standard that I need to be making $100,000 a year because I know that I can do that. I am capable. I deserve it. If someone else can do it, I know that I can do it too. And I'm not going to settle for anything less. So I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to start pushing myself to increase my income, decrease my expenses, start learning to invest, start creating side hustles, whatever it may be, because I know that that level right there, that's my standard. I do not settle for anything less. And when you start to tell yourself, guys, and you actually accept this, that's the key, is actually accepting it, starting to believing it after you tell it to yourself over and over. Maybe you write it down, you have it on a sticky note or on your computer screen, and you see it every single day, guys. You start to believe these goals, you start to go after them. And again, they're not just goals and dreams, but they start to become commitments and standards that you're going to hold yourself to. So again, guys, define your standards, know exactly what you want in this life, and don't settle for anything less. Get out of that survival mode and let's start getting into thriving mode, right? Let's start pushing ourselves to achieve that next level, whatever it may be, whatever it is that you want in this life. Let's push ourselves to increase our standards to achieve that. So with that being said, that's what I got for you guys on today's episode. Again, getting out of survival mode and into thriving mode. Not settling for the bare minimum, but really pushing ourselves to create new standards for ourselves and not settling for anything less. Hopefully you guys found this episode very beneficial, and I'm gonna leave you guys as I always do. Remember, success isn't just about the money you make or the muscles you build. It's also about the mindset you develop along the way. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode of Money Muscle Mindset.